Hello students, today we're going to review what we learned in class about the stars through a story by National Geographic. Here we go. Jump into Science Stars by National Geographic and Steve Tomachek and illustrated by Sachiko Yashikawa. Here's the dedication. Look up at the stars on a clear dark night. It's amazing how many you can see. Choose one star and make a wish. Have you ever wondered where the stars go in the daytime? Why stars shine so bright in the night? What stars are made of? Come along with us and learn about the stars. If you want to see stars, you have to wait until it gets dark. Where do stars go in the daytime? Nowhere. Even though you can't see them, stars are still shining in the sky. The shining sun makes the sky so bright that starlight can't be seen. As the sun begins to set, the sky gets darker. Then one by one, the stars start to appear. Sometimes, even at night, it's hard for you to see the stars. That's especially true if you live in a city where there are many bright stars. This is because the lights act like the sun. They make the sky too bright for you to see the stars. Out in the country, far from the city, there are fewer bright lights. Here you can really see the stars. They look like they can go on forever. What do stars look like? Sometimes people draw stars with pointed little points, but real stars don't have points. They are round, just like our sun. In fact, our sun is a star. It's our star, the closest one to Earth. So here's his drawing of the pointed star. And then the dog's pointing out, actually, it's kind of round, like our sun. Even though stars look like little dots, they are huge. Just like our sun, they are gigantic balls of hot, glowing gas. So why do stars look so much smaller than our sun? It's because they are much farther away. From here on Earth, our sun looks like the biggest, brightest star, but compared to many other stars, our sun is small. It only looks very big to us because it is much closer to Earth than other stars. If you could get on a rocket ship and fly away from our sun, the sun would look like it's getting smaller and smaller. When you were really far away, our sun would look just like a little dot. It would look just like the stars you see in the night sky. How far away are stars? They look as though they are all the same distance away. In fact, stars are so far away that your eyes can't tell that some stars are closer to Earth than others. Scientists used a measurement called a light year to measure the distance of the stars. 1 light year is equal to almost 6 trillion miles. Note, distances are in light years and approximate. The diagram is not to scale. So it's showing some of the other stars that we can see from Earth, but that's not really how far away they are. They are much farther. Our sun, the closest star to Earth, is about 93 million miles away. The next closest star to us is called the Proxima Centauri. It is a little more than 4 light years away from Earth. That doesn't sound like much fun, but if we put it into miles, Proxima Centauri is more than 25 trillion miles away. Most stars are much farther away from us than that. The farthest stars are more than 14 billion light years away. Brightness, size, color, temperature. Not all of stars are the same. You've probably noticed that some stars look bright and some look dim. Some stars look bright because they are very, very hot. Other stars look bright because they are very, very big. Some stars, like our sun, look bright because they are closer to Earth. This can be confusing. It means that a small hot star that is far away can look dimmer than a cool big star that is closer to Earth. Astronomers, scientists who study stars look for other clues besides brightness to learn what a star is like. One clue that astronomers use is the color of the star. Most stars look white at first, but if you go where it's really dark and look carefully, you'll see that some stars are red, some are yellow, some are really white, and some are even blue. And then down here we have a scale. So red is really hot, yellow is hotter, white is very, very hot, blue is very, very hot. Red stars are hot, white stars are hot, blue stars are very, very hot. Our sun is a yellow star. Yellow stars are in between red and white stars in temperature. Where would our sun fall on the chart below? So it would be between hotter and very hot. Or closer to the yellow. In ancient times, people saw patterns in stars. You can also use the stars to imagine pictures, just like playing Connect the Dots. These pictures, made out of stars, are called constellations. So here's Leo, Gemini, and Taurus. And then this side is upside down because it's in the southern hemisphere. Let me turn it right side up so you can see. If you live in the southern half of the world, one famous constellation is called the Crux, or the Southern Cross. It's a pattern of 4 stars. Orion the Hunter is another famous constellation. If you live in the northern half of the world, which we do, Orion is easy to find in the evening sky during the winter. Just look for 3 stars in a row. These 3 stars make up Orion's belt. Then you can trace the rest of Orion. The constellation Orion has some interesting stars in it. The star in Orion's left shoulder is red. This star is named Betelgeuse. Betelgeuse looks very bright because it is gigantic. Astronomers think that Betelgeuse is more than 300 times bigger than our sun. It looks like a bright red dot instead of a giant ball because it is so far away. There is a blue star named Rigel by Orion's right foot. Since Rigel is blue, we know it is hotter than our sun. Because it is so hot, it is also very bright. If you watch the night sky for a few hours, you'll see that stars seem to move slowly across the sky. They all seem to move together, and the patterns of constellations don't change. Just like our sun, stars rise in the east and set in the west. Even though it looks like the stars are moving around the Earth, they're not. It's really Earth that's moving. During each day, our Earth spins once like a giant top. This is what makes the stars seem to rise and set. In the northern part of the world, you can see one star that never seems to move. This star is called Polaris. Polaris is known by another name. It is called the North Star because it's always found in the northern part of the sky. Long ago, people discovered that they could use it to find directions here on Earth. Many people think the North Star is one of the brightest stars. It's not. To find the North Star, you can use a simple trick. First, find 7 stars that make the shape of a ladle. This pattern is called the Big Dipper. Follow the last 2 stars in the bowl of the Big Dipper. They will lead you straight to the North Star. There is no South Star. People who live in the southern part of the world use the Southern Cross to help guide them. Some stars are big, some are bright. All stars are made of hot, glowing gas. Just like our sun, the sun is our star, the only one near our Earth. When you wish upon a star, you're really wishing on a far-off sun, and that sun might have a planet just like our Earth going around it. Who knows? Maybe someone on a planet going around another star is looking at our sun, wishing upon a star. The end. And this shows an experiment that you can do at home to show the brightness of stars. So use 2 flashlights with about the same strength, stand in a dark room, and have a friend stand at the opposite side of the room. Then one friend should move closer and see which light appears brighter to your friend at the other side of the room. Good luck, students!